Welcome back to more Rule of Rose. Now Jennifer finds herself in the orphanage again. It is a lot brighter this time. Unfortunately, she once again had to escape from being bound and gagged this time. And we get our first key item of the chapter, the crayon. This is, of course, another item for Brown to look at so that he can find the next story beat. Sadly, I believe this is the last time we get to hear this piece of music in the game. But Hoffman mentioned that they are spring cleaning, so we should probably see if we can help out a little bit. Who knows, maybe that will ingratiate ourselves to the other students and they won't be so dismissive of Jennifer. And Hoffman is just saying that he wants to see Jennifer in his office later. Hopefully not for the same thing he seems to want from Clara and Diane. And I hope you like this music because we are going to hear it a lot this chapter, especially if you're actually playing the game yourself. I spent a lot more time walking around here than you guys will see. The kids over here will actually talk to Jennifer and just reiterate that Hoffman wants to see her and she better not keep him waiting. Although, again, given what he's done to Clara and at least wants to do to Diana, it might be a good thing to keep him waiting. Maybe he'll pick on one of them instead of Jennifer. I don't advocate that either, but I'm just saying. If I were in Jennifer's position, I would definitely want to avoid that as much as possible. But I guess we're not going to dawdle. Let's go ahead and head over to Hoffman's office. You can take a look here and see there's a little orphanage in the fish tank. Interesting.
You dirty wretch. Why are you always trying to get out of work? Can't you do your job like all the other children?
Bitch, you don't even pay Jennifer any attention. And you're welcome. From now on, we will be listening to my favorite piece of music from Silent Hill 2. Far better than the annoying music playing there. Now, admittedly, I don't fault that on the composers of the music for this game. I think the music is exactly what it's designed to be. It was just meant to be really annoying. And I did not show a bed in one of these rooms where Hoffman stays, which I thought I did show off. And that's unfortunate because it would show you that that was the exact same bed that we saw in the encounter with the mermaid boss, which is Clara. Strongly suggesting that he was banging Clara in that bed. Not sure how I missed that. Either way, it's time to continue our item hunt. We got a red crown. It's going to lead Brown to something, which is in turn going to lead Jennifer to that same something. So we might as well go look for that. Brown looks so pleased with himself when he finds something. And he has every right to be too. He's a good boy. We love Brown on this channel. I wouldn't be opposed to another game having a dog as a side character if that dog was as well done as Brown in this game, or better. So I cut me going into this room, I believe. Yep. There's an axe in there and a healing item for Brown. I mentioned before I have not been picking up healing items for Brown. I thought at this point I was going to need them, so I started collecting some. Plus, I'm not sure how many there were available in the airship. If there were any, you probably had to have him search for them. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Anyways, it's time to start helping out some of these kids with their cleaning. So let's go ahead and get to it. Hey, need some help? Okay. Clearly this kid can't be bothered to pay Jennifer any mind. So I guess we'll leave them be. That's okay, there are plenty of other kids to interact with. I think in order to progress, you have to talk to a certain group of kids. And I went out there to collect another healing item for Brown. I didn't think I needed to show that off. We will be back out there later on this video and again next video. All right, maybe he needs some help. I'm assuming Xavier is one of the kids that we talked to pretty much at the start of this video. The little git who took the lever from the generator. I'm curious if in this world these kids actually looked like this, or if this is just Jennifer's memory of what they looked like. She clearly associates this kid with trains. Apparently he played with trains a lot. And we saw scribbles of train tracks at the start of the game, and clearly somebody thought it would be a good idea to throw nasty notes at Jennifer. I guess they figured the old moniker, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all, didn't apply to writing notes and throwing them at people. Well, guess what? It's the same concept. And it also applies to YouTube comments. Here's another thing to take a look at. That's that same table that we saw in the airship, same room. And Clara is cleaning a very specific spot where a woman's pelvis would be. Which, again, just further suggests she got pregnant and that pregnancy was terminated. But let's see if we can help her out anyways. Well, she doesn't want our help either. In fairness, I can see where she'd rather just be alone at this point.
Clara.
Okay, let's go see what we can do about that. Notice her position and the way her head moves when we look through this peephole.
Look, there's some dust over here.
Well, they're not letting me in. Let's try to break the door down. No? Alright. Sorry, Clara, I tried. Notice her positioning. I'm guessing that Jennifer's mind associated her with cleaning, but that is not what she was doing at all there. That is absolutely not what she was doing. Anyways, let's go talk to Eleanor. Another theory about the music in this section is that he would play that over the speakers while he molested Clara, so that would drown out the sound of him doing things to her. And then give all the kids chores to do while he did that. I don't believe that's confirmed, but it would make sense. I say molested, she's 16 in this game, so I'm sure in the 1930s that was perfectly legal, but it's still very icky. And why do people keep throwing things at Jennifer? Damn it, people! She's a person too. Actually, we will find out next video why she gets the treatment that she gets from these kids. Although, of course, as I've mentioned before, we're just digging through Jennifer's memories at this point. I actually had a theory about why she's so weak in the cutscene. She can handle a sword, walk around, kill enemies, not with ease, but well enough. But in cutscenes, she's threatened by Amanda with a stick, even though Jennifer has a sword. Okay, I guess they're gonna ignore us. And you can tell they're doing that specifically to spite Jennifer. And somebody else is throwing stuff at her. God! She's like a punching bag at this point. Or at least something to throw stuff at. More nasty notes. All Jennifer is trying to do is be helpful. But I'm wondering if this is all just Jennifer's perception of how weak she was. Whether or not she actually was. Maybe even some guilt for being so weak. She clearly witnessed what happened to Clara. And I'm pretty sure the game hints that she tried to rat out Hoffman. I don't know, maybe she felt like she could have done more. And then there's everything else that's going to happen, most of which we will get at the end of this video. And she probably feels like she could have prevented some of that as well. That is all a guess on my part. Damn it, stop throwing things! God! But it would kind of make sense, especially people who are dealing with PTSD or low self-esteem or anything like that. I can imagine them imagining themselves as being pretty weak. It's probably one of two things. They either imagine themselves as being really powerful to make themselves feel better, or they imagine themselves as really weak because they just feel like they're not worth being strong. Or something to that degree, I'm not sure. Well, Diana gives Jennifer the most reaction anybody has given her since those two kids said to go to Hoffman's office. More people throwing stuff. Although this one says to meet somebody in the lobby. Well, who knows? Maybe somebody wants Jennifer's help after all. Let's go see! Maybe we can help them out the Kratos way. It's been a while since I've helped somebody out the Kratos way. God, I wish Jennifer was Kratos. Fully powered up. That would make this game a lot more fun. And she would not have had to deal with that nonsense. Yeah, it's just another trick.
Boys and girls, cleaning time is over. Waste paper should go in the rubbish bin, and washing should go into the filth room. Are the rooms all spick and span? ready for bed, and may you have a good night's rest.
My God, Jennifer's the gift of the month. I'm guessing now she really does wish she was Kratos. Maybe without the murdering of her family, though. You know, some fully powered up Blades of Chaos would be really nice right now. And I mean proper Kratos, not the shitty 2018 version that couldn't do anything. And this is letting us know that we need to go this way, but we have to kill 2 pig imps, 2 rat imps, and 2 goat imps. Huh. What's Wendy doing out there? I guess we will find out once we get through that door. Yeah, Brown, do not engage. And of course, we get locked in here again, but this is where we need to go because we need to kill one of these things. This is the easiest encounter of the 6. I'm not sure why they went with 2 of these 3. You would think 1 fish imp, 1 bird imp would have been included. I could still see the 2 goat imps since there were 2 goat sisters. I don't think there's another imp type they're missing. It just feels strange that some of those are missing from this required list. And I went in here to collect another health item. I think in the epilogue, there's a file in here that I didn't realize was there. So that's something that I missed for next video. So it's a really strange choice. I'm pretty sure the bird imps are in this orphanage somewhere. I'm not sure about the fish ones. But we don't have to tangle with them, so I'm not too worried about it. And those 2 are the worst out of all the imps. The pig ones suck too, though. Actually, there were the regular imps, so they could have had 1 of each. Which would have made sense. I never understand that sound effect for these pig imps, that one that just sounds like somebody's making noises with their mouth. Get up so I can kill you. Apparently if you don't do that combo and you wait just enough, you can keep swinging your weapon and stun lock enemies. I was not aware of that while playing this. I may have unintentionally done it a few times, though. Alright, that is 2 down, I believe. The music is pretty hectic and fitting for this section. Keep in mind, you don't want to fight enemies in the corridors. The same principle applies as before, they infinitely spawn. So if you kill the ones to clear out a corridor, they will come back. Now this is the worst room. I wasn't quite sure where anything was. I can't really see anything. Everything is so dark, and I played this during the day, so it was even harder to see. You come in here and you get ambushed. There are a ton of imps in here. I can't see which one I need to kill, and they are infinite spawning, so that kind of sucks a huge bag of donkey balls. So I cut to when I finally got rid of the one that we need to kill. I wasn't even sure at that point in time that I needed to go in that room. I just happened to go in there. Brown? Brown. Come on. It's time to go. The way I handled this orphanage section is I would go through a door, save state, pause the recording, and explore, and then reload my save state once I had an idea of where to go. Because otherwise, I'm not sure how I would have done this for the video. Fortunately, everything seems close enough by. Alright, motherfucker. You may not want to, but you're gonna have to die. That's right, Jennifer grew up on her own in the streets. Or, well, in somebody's cellar, basically. Whatever. The point is, she grew up hard. I mean, tough. Get your mind out of the gutter. You know who I'm talking about. That's right, you. Alright, we got 2 more left, and fortunately they are both in the same room. The bad thing is I am going to have to get into a fight with imps that I don't want to deal with. That is because at this point I'm not sure where to go. We need to get back down to the main lobby. And my thought process was, oh, well, I can just come out here. The stairs are right there. And I should have been able to go down the stairs, but they're blocked off. So I ended up stuck in this fight. And I wasn't sure if I just wasn't seeing the staircase for some reason, because it is really dark. Or if for some reason they were blocked off, but clearly they were blocked off. And yes, kids, if you come back through here, these things will have respawned. Although I am glad Jennifer got to dish out some justice. That's always a nice thing. So what we need to do is get back to that door that we were trying to unlock, and that will have a corresponding corridor which will lead back to the main lobby. I bitched about this last video. You can know where to go, but the game will block off obvious avenues to get there just to make you go a certain way, just to pad out the game. Personally, I think this game lasts longer than it needs to anyways. And here I'm unequipping the find item because I don't need it anymore. Brown will never need to do that again in this game. So when nothing's equipped, you can tell him to attack. Sometimes he will, sometimes he won't. Alright, Piglet. Time for you to take a seat and become what you were meant to be. Bacon, pork chops, and ham. Or maybe a roast. Or carnitas. I don't have any pork, or I would eat some just in honor of those stupid things, which I am so thankful I will never have to deal with again. Just die. Actually, to be fair, the goat imps never really bothered me that much. They weren't my favorite, but they weren't that bad. Alright, well, the door's unlocked. I'm not sure why it was locked in the first place, but we're not going to worry about that. It's time to go find Wendy. Good grief. That is a lot of imps. What's Wendy doing? Brown? Where's Brown? All right, well, there's a storybook we can take a look at. Let's do that. The Funeral, and you can read this if you want, don't if you don't. I've complained already about how much reading I've had to do in this LP. Not a big deal if you have normal eyesight, but when you're blind like me, it is a pain. But I did as much of it as I could in this LP because I think the story is worth telling, and it's just not the same if you have to read out every little thing yourself while just trying to watch an LP. There are definitely things that I don't read in the next chapter that offer a lot more insight into Jennifer's mindset, as well as the characters. Huh. Brown's gone, and we heard a dog barking. I wonder where he and Wendy went. But it's just too much trouble for me to read everything, unfortunately. I would love to have read everything in this game. I recognize that sound. This is another callback to the start of the game. And that's another camera angle that trips me up. Oh, there he is. No. That's not Brown. Alright, well, we need to find him. He's been our only companion and friend throughout this adventure. Oh, here we go. No, not here either. Clearly, everything Jennifer is going through is causing her to see things. Apparently, the door opposite this one would actually lead you to an area that you can only access during this part of the game. It's just developer content, nothing really that useful. Or I would have showed it off. Nope. Just another illusion. Well, the aristocrats meet around here, so let's go ahead and see what they have to say. Wait, Brown? I thought Jennifer was the gift of the month. Alright, well, let's confront these people.
My friend! Give me back my friend! Liar! Go away! Just go away! No! forgive you. Not ever. And as for the rest of you, how could you believe all those lies? Aristocrats! You're just the opposite. I hate you, and I hate you, and you! And I hate myself the very most for playing your stupid games and not having the strength to stand up to you. It's all just hideous.
Well, what else can I say except thanks for watching and I will see you all next time.